sure.
They say I'm live.
For sure. Let's get active. We're gonna give it a few minutes.
Yes, sir. I got 6 viewers so far.
Sure.
We about to get started, y'all.
Huh? Yeah, I don't know if that's me or not. You hear that little echo, fam?
Really my phone, that's what it is.
All right, it's all good.
Yeah, I'm about to turn it down.
All right.
Yeah, we about to get started, y'all. About to get started.
All right. GMI TV, man. Kozmic Konvos, episode number 3. If you've been on TikTok, you can't avoid fam I got with me. You know what I'm saying you've had to see him since COVID. Bro been blowing up, dropping a lot of knowledge, a lot of gems. Who I got with me?
Boy, RellChosen, what's going on, y'all, man?
What's going on?
Good.
For sure.
Appreciate you for having me.
For sure. Glad to have you, fam. So first of all, I wanna start with, you know what I'm saying, your name. Very intriguing. RellChosen.
Mm-hmm.
Claiming to be chosen.
Mm-hmm.
So how long exactly have you felt like you were chosen, and what really gave you that feeling?
My whole life, basically. I really feel like that my whole life I was destined to be more than an average person. You know what I'm saying? Most feelings that the chosen ones have, we have our whole life, that we feel like that we're more than just a regular, statistic or a regular average person or whatever. So I feel like that it was meant for me to do something with my life at an early age. I didn't know it was going to be, helping people. I didn't know it was going to be spirituality or nothing in a more deeper sense. I just knew in my heart that I was going to be like somebody that somebody could look up to, basically. So as I started to become more aware in life and started following my purpose, I realized that this, what that feeling was for this whole time, was to, wake up to consciousness, help myself, and then help other people find their self. So I just realized that, you know what I'm saying, I was just chosen.
So you feel like now the feeling is beginning to come into fruition.
Absolutely.
You seeing it manifest in real time.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's a good feeling. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. So Johnny, you tapped in as well. You feel me? Your name is Johnny the God. How long have you felt like a God, and who really gave you that feeling?
Shit, my dad and my mom. So I've been feeling this way since high school, to be honest. I was always the one out of all my homeboys talking about, oh, he the humble one, he's a peacemaker. But it's like, yo, I was always the one about unity. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's about at the end of the day. So I've been feeling like this since really since like 8th grade, 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So unity, interesting word. So we find ourselves on the 33rd parallel right now, uniting. You feel me? I got my brother Don Ascension to the side. Every time we unite, it just so happened to be on the 33rd parallel. Johnny, I think you also were born on the 33rd.
Yeah.
Correct?
You over there in Augusta, Georgia? Yeah, I'm out here right now.
For sure. So, Real, are you originally from Atlanta? We in Atlanta right now. Are you originally from here, being on the 33rd?
No, I'm from Detroit, but I felt like always a strong gravitation towards Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Since I first traveled here, I had to move here already. And it wasn't even because of what I saw. It was like an energy that was pulling me here. So I realized that it's something definitely spiritual about Atlanta and Georgia itself, because I linked up with more spiritual content creators and more spiritual beings like yourself here. Sure. You know what I'm saying? I just seem like I feel like that Atlanta or Georgia, just like the main.
Yeah. Like our stomping grounds for like the capital. Yeah,
for sure. So it's definitely something or ancient about this place.
For sure. Like it's been a lot of significant events that took place in the A. We know Martin Luther King from Atlanta.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I thought he was from Selma.
No. He from Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
I've been to his house. He don't even stay far from him.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he from right here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of his movement took place right here. The church that he went to down the road from his house, all on the 33rd parallel. Like you told me earlier, Dr. York built the ancient temple Tamaray on the 33rd parallel. We know he didn't do anything for no reason. Right. It had to be a significant reason why he brought his nation to this land.
Absolutely.
And I think, Johnny, did you say Bobby Hemmett is from the 33rd as well, or no?
Yeah, Bobby Hemmett from I want to say I know it's the middle part of South Carolina, like the Midlands, but he definitely from South Carolina. Yeah.
Which is also on the 33rd.
Yeah, it's on it. Yeah. He from
Exactly.
here.
We know Rashad Jamal was not even from here, but he also was gravitated here and made a lot of his most profound moments. His teachings were right on this land.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
I think it's really significant. Have you enjoyed your time being on here so far?
Every second, every day, honestly. Like even on the way here when I was stuck in traffic, I'm just looking at the buildings and everything. It's like I'm glad I'm still here. Like
For
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? Like I wanted to be here so bad that I spent my first year in Atlanta homeless. I didn't have no plan. I had no house where I had to go, but I know I wanted to be here. So I just packed my bags and just jumped in the water and just made it work. And I finally got my house, and I'm just glad that everything ended up working out. But yeah, I love it here. Every day I love it here.
For sure.
Also, Brother Panic live in Atlanta too.
Exactly. Another good, profound teacher. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of significant events took place in Atlanta. A lot.
And I had a question for real. What moment in your life really clicked in your mind to make you like wake up? Like what moment took place?
It was quarantine, 100%. You know what I'm saying? I feel like quarantine helped a lot of us wake up, but that's what really made me like give me enough time to myself to find my higher self and to really question my life and to put pieces together. You know what I'm saying? I can remember vividly just being in my room, questioning myself and doing actual research about the world. So it was like a hand-in-hand awakening. It was so powerful. And I was overwhelmed with knowledge and overwhelmed with my new beginning that I had to start a YouTube channel to spread what I knew. And then after that, that led to another platform, TikTok. When I started videos on TikTok, I blew up. And then that's when, you know what I'm saying, rest is history, shit.
For sure.
Yeah, I know a lot of people show love to you. Like you be on threads on Facebook and just people saying like, if you need to wake up, go watch these people. And you always in the threads. So it's big love for you out here for sure.
Yeah, I would never get used to that shit. Like, I love it all the time because I remember how I felt misunderstood and nobody listened to this shit. So I'm always thankful and I'm always accepting all the support and love that come my way for this. So.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro.
Yeah, so like we keep on talking to people, Johnny. Even I was awakened during the pandemic. So from my perspective, I feel like there had to be some type of portal open that created that large opportunity that provided us with the time to really sit with ourselves, to be focused on the world. You feel me? There wasn't much to be focused on. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of distractions, but for the most part, bro, a lot of people had the opportunity to sit with themselves, to meditate, to relieve themselves from the stress of the normal lives. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if that opportunity is gonna come again.
I believe it will, because you know, the sun goes through the cycles, and that year in 2020 was one of the major sun cycles that went through. And you know, all of the sun cycles, the rays of light is what causes us to have a genetical, I'll say not genetical, but a biological like change in our bodies. And what that biological change do, it actually awakens up the dormant DNA inside of us. So that's what the sun do. So that's why they kept telling, and you know, it all really starts with bacteria. Bacteria is really the start of a change to start the biological change. So that's why in 2020 they were saying wash your hands, wear a mask, spray Lysol. You know what I'm saying? They kept doing that because they knew what was going on with the melanin inside of our DNA. And that's why so many of us woke up in 2020. And, you know, you see right now, they trying to say it's another pandemic coming because it's another sun cycle about to come where more people about to wake up. And not only that, people like us, we going to have more of a higher consciousness than what we got now.
Yeah. Like back during 2020, there was a sun cycle that really caught my attention called the Grand Solar Minimum, where it really begins to change the atmosphere, and it can even begin to change the way we experience certain seasons. You feel me? Like it's going to change the sunspots and the sun cycles in certain areas. So like we see changes in weather. Certain areas that have never had snow have snow. Certain areas that have never been as hot as they are now, hot as ever. You feel me? So yeah, that's one of the examples of those changes. We began talking about numbers a lot. We talked about the 33rd parallel. So one of the videos that really caught my attention with you, Rel, was your sit down with GG33. That was very epic to me because it was like two worlds coming together. I study a lot from Gary. and I listen to you as well a lot on TikTok. I listen to Vaughn, I listen to Sticks, you feel me? All of y'all. So seeing y'all come together was very epic down in Miami, which is also a very spiritual land.
Yeah.
So can you please touch on what you learned from being down there and tell the people who exactly GG33 is?
So GG33 is a very popular numerologist. You know what I'm saying? He's like very advanced in numerology. He has his social media platforms going on, and I actually just heard of him when I went down there for the podcast. I got connected through him through Sticks. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? It was interesting when we first met him because first he gave us an introduction about himself, and then he gave us a numerology reading about ourselves. And when he did that, I know he was serious. I know he meant business because this nigga was on point. Like, he knew he read everybody without even knowing us for 5 minutes. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? He started talking to us for like 30 minutes before we did our podcast. And that was like a real cool dude. I felt this energy, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we had, went over numerology. We talked about a lot of things. And he just explained how numerology is very important factor in life. You know what I'm saying? It has something to do with everything. Billionaires use it, millionaires use it, successful people use it. And I was like, I knew about it, but I didn't know it was that effective until he was telling me like firsthand what it did for him and how his life changed and how he changed other people's lives. And, you know, he was able to like actually have accolades and actually have things to back up what he was saying. So after that, I was more intrigued in numerology, and I was just glad that I was able to get that sauce. You know what I'm saying? Definitely cool dude.
So which ways do you feel like it resonated with you? Because I know two of the biggest things in numerology are, one, your life path number, and two, the day that you're born on. So numerologists, from their standpoint, they believe that they can give you information about your personality, what you'll go through in life, everything, just by the day that you're born on and your life path, and as well your zodiac sign.
Yep.
So was what he was explaining. But yeah, was what he was explaining, did it resonate with you? Did you learn anything from it? Because what exactly is your birthday again?
November 7th.
November 7th. So you're born on the 7th. What did he say relates to the people born on the 7th?
So the 7th letter of the alphabet is G. You're saying that sevens are geniuses. You know what I'm saying? You already knew you never seen a video of mine before, but he just kept saying I was very smart without even knowing who I was.
So hold on. So before he even met you, before he knew about what you were doing on TikTok, before even watching the video, and you broke down a lot of spiritual concepts, esoteric concepts that we're not learning in school, that you have to learn by yourself. You didn't really have a teacher, did you?
No.
And he initially said, "Oh yeah, you got to be smart because you were born on the 7th."
Right. And it's like not even that you got it. He said, "No, you're smart." He said even if I didn't know it yet. So it's like basically, you know, he's very advanced in numerology, and I'm like, I always take everything with a grain of salt. I always question everything and everybody. So when I first heard about this dude, I'm iffy. But when he read everybody on spot, I'm like, okay, I'm all ears now, because I don't know how the hell you just knew that for my birthday. He didn't even talk to me or talk to nobody. So it's like, yeah, GG33, he the real deal, and I fuck with him. I like him. So.
For sure. So yes, born on the 7th day in a Scorpio. So, and look, they say that Scorpios are supposed to be some of the most spiritual signs. Johnny, have you heard anything about that at all, or no?
Yeah.
So think about it. Bro's a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio. And look, this is another thing that I've learned from GG33 because I paid for the classes and it's worked. So look, he says that two life path numbers, or two numbers that usually go together, are 7 and 33. I am currently a 33 with someone born on the 7th and a life path 7 on to my right. So 33 and 2-7 energies. You can't get around it. I've always been around 7 in my life.
You a life path 33?
Yeah.
Damn, that's like one of the highest massive numbers.
You feel me?
You said you're a life path 33?
Yeah, for sure.
My son a life path 33.
No way.
Yeah, he right. I just did it. I just broke down his life path the other day.
Yeah,
that's amazing. You feel me? And Johnny is born on the 29th, 11 day. And he's a life path 44. You feel me?
Okay,
so, and I got Bro Don behind the camera, born on the 25th of 7 day and a life path 7. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen our interview, tapped in with the finance heavily. You know what I'm saying? So I want people, even though people have told you that you can't learn from a simple number, you have to do the research yourself and understand that these numbers aren't just numbers. I look at it like this. It's a concept that has been resonating with me. You think about a blank piece of paper, that's the ether. But when each number that you draw, is like it's forming the energy around it. So each shape, each letter, each number is shaping certain energies around it. So when you're born and you take on the energy of that day, that energy is always going to resonate with you, because that's what's in the astrals, that's what's in the ethers. You feel me? He's a 7. He's tapped in. Somebody told him that before even knowing him. I'm a 33. I'm tapped in. You feel me? It's written within us before it even manifests. Like you said, you knew you were a chosen one before you were studying the deep talkers. Exactly. Yeah. So people, if you get a chance, please tap in with the numerology and astrology.
Got to.
For sure. So, Rel, you said that you always like to do your due diligence when vetting a person.
Yeah.
So something interesting that you said lately, you said one of the people that you learn a lot from, which is a very controversial figure in today's time, was Mr. Andrew Tate. You feel me? And that really caught me off guard. So I'm really curious of your perspective. What exactly did you learn from Mr. Andrew?
Andrew Tate taught me how to balance out he taught me how to elevate my physical side. You know what I'm saying? I realized that most spiritual teachers and most spiritual people are focused way more on the spiritual side of life rather than the physical side. So I feel like everything happens for a reason. Everybody blows up for a reason. Everybody gets a voice for a reason. I feel like he was the voice for the people to balance out, you know what I'm saying, their spiritual with the physical side, because he's all ego, he's all physical, he all money, working out, all that shit. But since he's overly that, he creates the perfect balance for a spiritual person that's missing that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like he really helped me out with a lot of things, as in my finance, motivation, working out, you know, doing what I need to do as a man. I feel like that he helped me stay grounded, basically, in the way that he articulates, the way that he can back up what he says. I found him as a really interesting person, and it really, like, you know, helped me as a person. Like, really, really, like, changed my life. So I really think that Andrew Tate, you know what I'm saying, is you know, he has a lot of controversial topics and has like a lot of, you know, you don't have to agree with everything he says, but I can tell with his energy and his intentions are good. So that's all that really matters.
For sure. Hey, Johnny, I wanted to ask you a question.
What's up?
So what's your perspective on Mr. Tate? Have you learned anything from him?
He actually taught me to value my masculine side more, and actually put more work into it. You know what I'm saying? He taught me to be more sacred with it. So that's what I value with Andrew Tate for sure. That's what he showed me, because I was always confused on the aspect of not valuing that side and not speaking up more to defend my side of that. You know what I'm saying? Allowing people to step over that side, because, you know, in this system right here, they basically program society to step on the masculine side of everything. So even if you stand up, you might stand up to a woman and tell her, like, yo, I'm not with that. It may be her emasculating you in a way, like her disrespecting you, loud mouthing you. And, you know, most men, they try to ignore that and just shrug it off. But Andrew Tate teach you, no, you don't take shit like that from a woman. You know what I'm saying? You let her know, like, you a man first, you stand on your 10, and you value that side of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So we living in a world where a lot of men, they allow women to push over them in that aspect and emasculate them in ways like that. And also when it comes to respecting your physical vessel, like Rel said, Andrew Tate teach you that as well. Like, get in the gym, train, allow your physical vessel to, you know, be more so of a I'll say more so of a networking viewpoint to people. Because, you know, once people see you take care of your body, that's an automatic insight or symbol that you're disciplined with yourself, that you value yourself. So that's what Andrew Tate taught me. Just it's really the same thing Rel said. You know, he really put it on the head with it.
Facts. Yeah, a lot of his teachings really derive from ancient Eastern teachings. You feel me? Ancient spiritual teachings. So you can't really argue with it. A lot of it was right. Basically, ignoring the clutters of your mind from everyday life and really locking in the self, no matter what. You feel me? Look, I said ignoring the clutters of everyday life. God damn. Got my phone on D&D and all. I don't know what else to do.
I need that screen protector. I can't see shit. What is you doing over there?
For sure, I got you. So, okay, like I said, Andrew Tate, a lot of his teachings derive from ancient Eastern teachings. So, and a lot of ancient Eastern teachings come from symbolism. So, Rell, I hear you talk a lot about symbolism. Mm-hmm. Tell me one of the symbols from ancient East that resonate with you or that you have learned a lot from.
Well, I've had the flower of life tattooed on my hand because this is like the most impactful symbol that has been created on Earth. Honestly, it's basically showing how like the two-dimensional blueprint of everything in existence. You know what I'm saying? It's basically showing how all life has came to form in the physical way from all consciousness. Because we all say that everything is consciousness. We are all consciousness. We are all God. Mm-hmm. But people don't really can't fathom it. So the symbol of the flower of life can really show you in the two-dimensional blueprint of how everything came to be. And it's so simple as just a whole bunch of circles. But this is a unique formation for everything for life. You know what I'm saying? So I really believe that the flower of life shows us how the people in ancient times really understood the creation of life and was really advanced in knowledge and spirituality. And that's what helped me a lot, studying that and realizing that we're all one. And even though we might look separate, we are still all connected to one source.
Fact, because it's multiple. If you don't mind, you show them the
tattoo.
Yes, fact. Yeah. That's a flower of life, fam.
Mm-hmm.
So many people, they might have thought you was about to show them like a daisy or something, or a rose, or why is that a flower?
The flower is because in the middle of these 33 circles form the flower of life. So, but you can tell how it's like little bitty flowers in the middle of them. That's how unique and divine it is, because it's like it looks so simple, but it's actually very complex. These are just 33 circles all combined, but it makes up unique shapes as a flower. It makes up unique shapes as, you can get a lot of formations out of it. But yeah, that's why they call it the flower of life, because out of 33 of these, 6 of these makes up a flower. 6 points makes up the flower, and that's where you get the Star of David from. That's where you get you can get a lot of things from this. I can't really think on the top of my head, but you can get like a lot.
Unmute the mic.
There
you go. Yeah, you good. You
touch on the ancient symbolism at all, fam?
What you had said again?
I said, do you want to touch on the ancient symbolism at all? Have any thoughts on it?
I got a lot of thoughts on it. It's a lot, but sure. I know it's a lot. It's people in the comments saying a flower of life for them as well.
Okay, like that's one of their favorite symbols.
Yeah, they were saying it's a flower of life. That's but it's a lot of symbols. You can get in hieroglyphs. You can get into one of the hieroglyphs, how it's actually an Egyptian hieroglyph that shows the Duma Amagata. Mm-hmm. How it's like a shadow that comes out of it, and basically the movie Venom is where the movie Venom stemmed from, that hieroglyphic itself, and basically showing how your shadow self is basically in cahoots with yourself and how you got to work with it, basically your ego. So that's one of the hieroglyphics right there. Then you got Mayans and Aztec hieroglyphs, where most of their hieroglyphs stem from just symbols. Really, like, you ever been on shrooms and seen the Mayans and Aztec symbols just appear everywhere?
No, not me, fam.
Well, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I've seen it plenty times. That's how I feel like I'm from. My ancestors stem from them lands. So
that could be true for sure.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I heard Billy Carson. He said that they were instilling consciousness into symbols. You feel me? Like, that's why certain symbols just resonate with us, and we don't even know why. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a shape you haven't probably never even seen in the physical, but just seeing it just made you want to. It gravitated to you so much. You know what I'm saying? Had to tap it.
Yeah, because the three ways you program your mind is through repetition, symbols, and trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go to the military, the way they program you, repetition, symbols, and trauma. When it comes to music, they do repetition, symbols, trauma. When it comes to public schools, repetition, symbols, trauma. Those are 3 ways they program anybody on the planet.
Facts. And I was thinking about it, fam. Thinking about, because look, a lot of people just went back to school and such. And I was thinking, like, fam, they really just got out. Like, they really, like, they don't let these kids be idle at all. Like, they're, like you said, the repetition. They don't want to let that mind just leave or get undistracted. You feel me?
Yeah.
From August to June, you feel me? Every year, you're being programmed.
Oh yeah.
You're being programmed.
And you know, I already told you in South Carolina they got the all year round now.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
How's
That's why I put so much time into my son. Like after school, I will literally spend 4 to 5 hours with him. Like just doing.
I don't even think my son gonna go to school because I always hated school. I just always had like a strong anger to school because it did something to my brain. It stressed my brain out so much. Like I was aware that it was keeping me distracted and programmed, even as a kid. Like I was.
You were conscious of that was going on.
Exactly.
Because a lot of us, we just hate school, but we don't really know why.
Yeah, I knew exactly why. And it never added up, especially homework. It's like even when I go home, I just always hated school. So that's why I make a lot of videos even now, like talking about school, so I can try to make a difference in some way. And at least remind kids that it don't matter if you fail a class, or remind parents to stop being so hard on kids for getting bad grades when it don't even matter.
Fact. I wonder, like, it don't take a lot of research for people to find out that the person who created the curriculum in the current school system was the Rockefellers.
Exactly.
You feel me? And we know the main quote, like, it don't take even.
When I say it don't take no research, all you have to do is just look up.
It'll come across your TL just one day on the humbug. You feel me? Like, just naturally. And the thing is, are you going to be aware? Like, we should all know by now. He said he didn't want to create thinkers, which is the angle line. The most powerful thing you can do is think.
Yeah.
First and foremost, your mind. What was the guy, Stephen Hawking, who was completely paralyzed?
Yeah, disabled.
But what did he do? Think. As long as your mind is working, you can change the world.
The first universal law: the mind is universal, and the universe is mental.
And you want to know what's been on my heart so heavy lately just from studying that film? It's not only the first, it's the only. Because all of the other laws exist in here. You feel me? It all exists here. Like, you can really stop there, but they continue to expound on basically the all is mine. All is mine. That is it. You feel me? Yeah. All is mine, and that is it.
I want to ask Rell, what's your perception of God?
God, I realized, like, you know what I'm saying, as I became more advanced in awareness and spirituality, I realized that, because at first I didn't believe in quote unquote God because of the Bible. And I realized that, you know what I'm saying, if there is a higher being that created life, you know, I believe that God is consciousness. I believe that there is a most high consciousness, and we are like a split image of that consciousness. And that consciousness that we call most high is still us, but it's in a form that we can't really fathom. You know what I'm saying? I think that God is like, for example, you know what I'm saying? My favorite analogy. Imagine God being the ocean and taking the scoop of a cup out of the ocean, and we are the cup. You know what I'm saying? We are the ocean. We are the water in the cup, and God is the ocean. So we are still the ocean. We are just in a different form type shit. So I think that, you know, God is, we are all God. You know what I'm saying? We're just a split image of God.
That's a good analogy for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And how
you can go.
Well, I was gonna ask him, how you feel about the psyop of COVID possibly repeating itself? Like,
I don't think about that. I don't think about the future. I don't believe in the future, like, at all. Like, if a spiritual person tell me what's gonna happen, if the Bible say what's gonna happen, if the news say what's gonna happen, I don't believe it, because the future is literally out of anybody's control. If you are existing, the future is out of your control. Even the people that plans everything, it's out of their control, because the future doesn't exist. So I like to live by my own, like, I'm at the point now where I don't even research no more. I don't look into nothing. I get my own downloads. I live off my own intuition. So it's like, I can't be affected by anything that's going to happen in the future, because how do you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, time not even real. So, like, the future is nothing but a thought. You're telling me your plans for the future. You're telling me what you want to happen. It's not nothing going to happen in my reality. I'm going to still be good. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be thinking about no bullshit about no COVID and shit like that.
Facts. And like we went into it, I think, with Larry, how we said that we know that there was a Greek god called Medea or Medea, you feel me? Who likes to perpetuate the illusions? You know what I'm saying? So look, they give us that news or that something else is coming through the media just to put it in your head.
Yeah.
And look, I've been seeing Facebook statuses all. Oh, that's that COVID going around again. What do you mean? How do you know? What you mean, bro? That's gonna, bro. The Barona, you feel me? I don't want to speak on it, say it too much. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to take place of the natural cold. You feel me? There is not going to be another cold. It's just going to be Barona. You feel me?
That whole pandemic, nobody caught a cold all of a sudden. Nobody got the you get a headache. Oh, that's the wrong.
Bro, and it's like, bro, how do we get them to see beneath the illusion?
Oh, you don't. I realize that you don't.
You don't get them to see.
You don't get them to see.
You just live your life.
Like COVID showed me something. Corona showed me something. Right. Like the election, all that shit showed me. It was like it made a separation. I would listen to people talk about the jab. I would listen to them talk, and I'm like, there's nothing that will show you. I'm like, you know what? It's okay because we need people that's for the matrix. Like my man's was watching a Waffle House worker cook his food. He was like, bro, we need people in the matrix. But who gonna make this shit? So that's absolutely true. Like we need people that's not gonna be able to wake up. We need people that's a part of the game. And I realize that as long as we focus on ourselves and focus on the ones that's got awareness, we can't even focus on the ones that's want to put all these stabs in their arm. They're gonna do what they do. It's not up to us.
So. It's like if we just naturally walk our walk, they'll become non-existent, and we'll just be able to create heaven.
Exactly.
Right. No fact.
Bring ourselves down the hill with them if we don't need to. Okay, y'all can wake up probably next lifetime. It's not up to me to bring
Facts. You know fact. And it's see, look. Grasping and really coming to grips with those deep concepts, that's everything. You feel me? Like I said, like we said earlier, all is mental, all is mind. You feel me? When you are able to come to terms with those facts that he just said, that maybe everybody not gonna wake up this lifetime. You feel me? Hey, it's not on me. You feel me?
I highly doubt it.
It relieves you so much stress. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to have the mindset that I had to wake everybody up. Every time somebody would say some bad shit, I felt like it was up to me to wake them up. So I was living in more stress than peace. Now, spirituality is all about peace.
Fact. And I ain't gonna lie, we vibing so good. I'm just thinking he's my homeboy. I'm forgetting, bro. Your perspective is different because you damn near were waking everybody up. You know what I'm saying? So
when I found him, he was speaking on the psyops, like, yo. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I was
hearing people talking about wave 2, you know, I'm gonna come all kinds of shit. So
exactly.
But I learned a lot. Like I feel like I really learned a lot on my journey, even after coming to awareness, because it's a never-ending journey.
And being young and coming into awareness, because you're not even 20 years old yet.
Right, yeah.
So
God damn.
That's what I'm saying. So having all this, what does it feel like? Do you feel like the normal teenager? You feel me?
At first, it felt like I was the only one woke in the entire world. That's how I felt, even though I knew I wasn't. Imagine the feeling of seeing a magician do a magic trick, and you see the whole world getting fooled. You the only one that saw it. So I'm over here uncomfortable as hell. Like, no, he did this. He had it up his sleeve. I was always in stress. Boom, and then later on, I feel like okay, it's supposed to be like this, but now. When I say I'm at 100% acceptance and I'm just existing, like I have no expectations, I have nothing. I'm at so much peace and fulfillment right now. I feel like I'm not even 19. I'm not even real. I just feel like the consciousness that's in the body. I have nothing to look forward to. I have nothing to be scared of. I'm at acceptance.
I'm just being.
I'm just being. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I realized that my experiences and knowledge has brought me to be this way. And I feel like eventually everybody will get to the level of this peace. And that's all spirituality is about, peace. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot of uncomfortable emotions to get here, but I'm just glad I'm here this early because I don't really see nothing bad happening. You know, and just like,
facts. I don't even believe that. Like, ain't gonna lie, like during that whole psyop and everything, I didn't never, bro. Wasn't no mask, and I'm like, bro, y'all actually feel like y'all was gonna get it? Like, I ain't.
The whole time, that shit was a vacation. I had no school.
2-3 years of vacation.
I loved it. 2020 was the best year of my life.
Bro, fam, people don't even understand that. Like, fam, that was, bro, the world really stood still. It was a drought. You could go outside and, bro, no cars on the road. You could go to the grocery store. barely anybody in the store. You feel me? That's why I personally feel like there had to be a portal open.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That allowed, bro, because it went on for 2 years.
Do you see how
it was called the Lambda Light. It's in this book called the Isis. Is it the Isis Theses or I forgot which book it was, but it was called the Lambda Light that hit Earth that year. I don't know which light coming back, but I know it's another light coming. I forgot the name of it, but it's another one on the way currently.
Think about it as well. So we know it was the Great Conjunction took place at the end of that year, but the gravitational pull of that event being about or getting ready to take place could have had an effect on the world, because look, so we know how energy works. Energy doesn't have an exact date to when it happens, like the sun setting. Like they'll put a time on the sun setting, but you can't put a time on it because the sun it's ever moving. You feel me? There is no exact time when it's set. So just like we all take notice of retrogrades and such, we put a date on it. Certain transits in the stars, but you can't put a date on energy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Real, how you feel about the cloaked ships that's been going on with the clouds and everything?
I'm aware that it's definitely something here. I'm aware that it's not after that shit that did y'all see that shit about Atlanta when the that rainbow had came and the big ass piles was all
it was over here in Augusta as well.
Oh yeah, that's how I know it's absolutely something here. But
so y'all both saw y'all a couple hours apart.
Yeah,
an hour and 40 minutes actually. Yeah,
crazy rainbows, crazy clouds, etc. But it's like I don't know. Like I said, I feel like numb to everything. Like I don't really have like I said, I don't look forward to it, and I'm not scared of it. I'm just if it happens, it happens. Whatever infiltrates my reality, I can't control. So why would I worry about it? All I do every day is focus on what I'm doing in the moment. I focus on what I can control. I never worry about anything or look into anything I can't control because it's not up to me to if it was up to me to control it, I would be able to control it. If not, I just focus on what I can control. So. Yeah, as in the close shifts and stuff, whatever happens, I'm looking at it as it's going to happen.
That's interesting, like you said, you can't control it. Because think about it, we didn't really have no power of even waking up.
At all.
I be thinking about that, like, okay, because think about it, okay, everybody said we're supposed to have powers, or I be waiting for the change to really happen. But it's like, fam, we didn't even have no factor or no power in getting this far, you know what I'm saying? We didn't know we were going to wake up, but the thing is, it was already destined. Even all of this, it was already destined. So it's like, I guess it's just gonna happen naturally. Like, I guess we'll wake up. I was even thinking about that. We talked about it the other day. Like, bro, the mutants, they weren't conscious that they were mutants before it happened. You feel me? So it's like maybe we're just going to continue to walk into it because we a lot of us look at each other like we're just humans. But I don't think if we were just regular beings that they would the powers that want to be would go through the extent that they go through the poison the food, the water, the music. And y'all all watch Tyrone. You see every topic or every area of life that they touched on show you that it's being poisoned. You still ain't watched it? Yeah, you gotta watch it. It just showed. I told family it was like a conversation that it was showing us. It's this conversation. You feel me? In a movie form. Literally, yeah. It was fine. So. But yeah, it's I can't remember where. Okay, this is what I want to ask. So we talked about the cloak ships right there. What exactly do you think is your most interested topic that gravitates your mind the most when concerning spirituality and such?
That's a good question.
Like, what really got you to tap into it? Was it really just the psyop, or like being able to decode the psyop?
I would have to say. But what would you want to say? The cloak side of the
yeah, was that what really gravitated you into ascending and tapping into spirituality, or was it a topic that caught your attention?
So what caught my attention was life after death. So yeah, around that time, like it was the Corona shit happening, and then I looked into that and found out about the pineal gland because I just kept finding out about things that had to stem from COVID and what they're trying to keep us from, and it came back to me. But what really got me into spirituality, I was scared of hell, and I had like looked into shit about hell, whatever, and that wasn't making sense. So and then now that I realized what I believed in after death is not real, I'm like, what else it got to be? and I ended up finding out what a spiritual perspective of life after death was, and that's what had me more intrigued. So it was like I really can't put everything in words what brought me to spirituality, because it was so much things all at once, all in one era, and I'm just thankful that happened. But now I'll rather say, because right now I'm more at a mindset that everything is perspective. So I really don't believe I don't believe any spiritual concept 100% no more. I just go off my own consciousness and my own intuition. And I believe right now the most interesting spiritual topic would have to be, I'll have to say, I'm more invested into like quantum physics. I'm more invested into things like the
Scorpio vibes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm more invested into the things about like atoms and what makes things solid and what makes things spiritual, what makes things physical, how the world like consciousness. I'm more invested to the things that's right here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I got my history out the way. I got the life of the death, the future out the way off. Now I'm focused on the right now. Like how does a popcorn go from a seed to a popcorn? Like that's the shit I'm invested in. I'm invested in what makes life life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm really interested in.
People don't know how valuable or how massive just that concept. How does the seed go to the corn? You feel me? That's extravagant. And look, Scorpios, because that's the beginning stages of alchemy. Something changing from one state to another. And the reason why Scorpios are so intrigued by these certain topics, my perspective is, okay, if you don't know already, each zodiac sign represents a certain body part, represents a certain part of the body. Scorpios specifically, we represent the reproductive organs, which also correlates with the God force or the life force. So that's where all life, all spirituality, all esotericism, that's the other realm. You feel me? That's what connects us to the spiritual realm, that God force. So being a Scorpio and us representing the God force, you're naturally going to be intrigued by other topics like this. Okay, I meant to tell you this. So your birthday is November 7th, but you're a life path 5, correct? So Melissa Ford, I don't know if any of you have heard of her. Melissa Ford, she was in a lot of music videos back in the 2000s and such. But now if you look on her Instagram, in her bio is esoteric or ethereal. You know, her birthday is also November 7th. She's also a life path 5. Okay, she likes to travel a lot. You just moved here recently. You just came off a tour traveling a lot. Yeah. She's always moving and such like that. Right. You feel me? So it's always going to correlate. Y'all both Scorpios and a 7th day. She's a very intelligent woman. You feel me? Okay. So.
Yeah, that's how I know that it actually has meaning.
Exactly. Yeah. And the topic that captures my mind the most, metaphysics. He said quantum physics. What is metaphysics? Knowledge of the spiritual realm. So we all, if you're a Christian, you like to go to church or whatever, you hear them talk about the spirit and the soul, but you don't ever get taught about what's going on in that realm. Okay, you're taught about heaven and hell from people who've never been. Don't ever try to give you any knowledge about these two realms, but they continue to teach it. Okay, so quantum physics, metaphysics, that is knowledge of how the soul operates. That is knowledge of the 7 Hermetic principles. All is mind. What gravitates us to each other. The law of attraction. Everybody, that's been a fad lately. The law of attraction and manifesting. But you need to know how it works. Okay, look, another thing that just came to my mind. I'm sitting here. I'm a life path 33. His name is Rell. That is a life path. That is, not a life path, but 11 energy. Dawn is right here. Dawn equals 33, master energy. Bro, Johnique is born on the 29th. That's 11, master energy. You feel me? So this is knowledge of quantum physics and metaphysics. You feel me? Correlation and what is my saying? Correlation and I can't remember, but correlation is not a coincidence. You feel me? When you have all of these synchronicities, that means there's meaning behind it. There's knowledge in how these things truly work. You feel me? So yeah, for sure. Let's see what we want to tap into as well. So okay, so we all have knowledge about these certain topics, but we're living in a day-to-day life where none of this is being talked about. So what are ways that we can have all this knowledge but still being to operate in the everyday life?
Oh yeah, so I realized that balance. That's why I wear this yin yang, and I got the yin yang tattoo. That's also the second symbol that I find like the most deep. You know, you could say I really find the yin and yang symbol deep because it symbolizes balance and being a spiritual being in this experience, not only the physical experience, but an experience where most people around you doesn't understand you. I realize you have to maintain balance. And the best way to maintain balance is to understand how you're coming off. But from a person that did not have any self-awareness while I was teaching, I can tell everybody that the best way to coexist being a spiritual being in this experience is to watch how you're coming off. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to throw, if you want to teach somebody or help somebody come to awareness, you don't do it by, you gotta wake up, the word is pouring your water out, because you're coming off as crazy. You have to keep in mind, okay, this person has no idea what I'm saying. This person doesn't understand me in any way. How, if I was this person, what will make me understand, you know what I'm saying, and understand things better. So that's what I learned, being the person that was always misunderstood by everybody that tried to wake up, because I was always coming off a certain way. And I was always, I feel like I really learned a lot, being in this position. So now the best things I do, I just really focus on myself. I'm blessed with a platform so I can still help people in my own lane. Mm-hmm. I don't have to go out my way to try to help everybody. I can still help people in my lane, and I just do me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about being weird. I'm not worried about no shit like that. I'm just living my life how I'm supposed to live my life. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing I can tell anybody. Just do what you got to do. Live your life how you want to live. And if you want to wake somebody up, watch how you're coming off. That's very important.
And do you have could you give 3 remedies that you could give to the people? Because it's like it's been up and down from 20 to 15 on the live. So could you give just at least 3 remedies that'll help people more so focus on themselves and stay grounded?
Remedies as in like things you can do?
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay, yeah. So stay grounded. Okay, I'll say always meditate. I say meditate either when you wake up or before you go to sleep. That right there, meditation equals awareness. Awareness is the main key with everything. You know what I'm saying? So always keep in mind your thoughts, how you're feeling, what made you feel different, what made you switch up certain moods. If you had a certain mood, what made you change your mood around somebody? You know what I'm saying? Always come to awareness. It's like when you come home from a long day, about to go to sleep, always meditate and come back to awareness. You know what I'm saying? Another thing you said, staying grounded, and what else?
Really just what help people to get back centered with themselves.
Yeah. Okay.
Or somebody really coming into an awakening and they're finding ways where they're trying to find ways where they can ground themselves, come to an understanding of who they are and things of that nature.
Okay, I say journaling. Journaling also helps too. You know what I'm saying? Journaling is basically like you talking to your higher self. It's like you basically writing things down to like remind yourself on certain things. It's like when you writing, it's like you automatic with it. It's like you telling yourself everything you need to hear, and you reminding yourself as you're writing. So always journal. Even if you think that's not going to help you, just try it. You'll be surprised how journaling can help. Journaling, meditation, also talk to yourself, bro. Like talking to yourself really helps more than you think. Talking to yourself is not weird. Talking to yourself is always keeping you grounded. You saying things that's going to your subconscious. You know what I'm saying? You can power yourself. You can give yourself affirmations. You can just tell yourself reminders. You can literally give yourself all the game that you need just by talking to yourself. And that would be more effective than you realize and you think. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But yeah, that's what I've been doing still to this day. It's been helping me like a charm, because I still be having to stay grounded, living like a life with a lot of distractions, with a lot of things that get me off my pivot. And I'm not ashamed to say that it happens a lot. A lot of times I do get distracted but it's like I never go back to no meat or nothing. I never go back to no just like crazy ass shit like I used to. If anything, I start smoking again, drinking, you know what I'm saying, releasing my sexual energy a lot. I'll do things like that. And when I catch myself like because all that stuff is cool. It's all about if you keep it in moderation. If I catch myself losing my moderation, that's when I lock back in. I go harder on my higher self side so I can keep out the balance type shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, always just have your intention. As always, know what your intention is and do whatever you can to fulfill that intention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I feel like people in this world, like once you tap into the side, they try to place you in a box to where you can't drink, you can't have sex,
right.
You can't curse. And it's like I go out with my friends.
That's what like low key like harm us the most. We get tapped in that we gotta be perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah, they think you gotta be like, I go out with my friends, they'll be like, damn nigga, you drinking? I'm like, bro, I drink like once every 3 months. Like, bro, what the fuck you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just be weird, you know what I'm saying?
Like being a spiritual teacher, a quote unquote spiritual teacher, because I never call myself spiritual. I'm just RellChosen. You know what I'm saying? People put me in categories and boxes, and now I can't even post a picture with a girl or that's low vibration or why she twerk like that, or why is she ankle like, what are you talking about? This is still a regular human, a regular being.
Bro.
It's crazy, but then it begins to replay in our own subconscious. Then we begin to think like, oh damn, we can't even live life no more. You feel me? And the thing is, this is what it's all about. The experience, you feel me? And I lose myself in that as well. Like, damn, thinking, oh, I shouldn't do that. No, fam, it's an experience. Like, always have the righteousness in mind, you feel me? But there is no certain way to be righteous, you feel me? Like that's really the problem to me with church. Now you got a whole world of people dressing the same, going on the same day, but the same outcome, which is nothing.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah. Because y'all think certain things have to look a certain way, and it's not that. That's why when people say, "Oh, we're spiritual," and we look all different, you feel me? They think we're weird and such. You feel me? Oh, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't. Who told you that?
Yeah. That's part of the spirituality that nobody knows what spirituality is. If you did, you wouldn't be in nobody else's lane because spirituality is following your own spirit other than material and physical things. So it's like my spirit is telling me to do this. Who are you to tell me not to do anything? Spirituality is not a religion. That's the thing. It's not no cult. It's not something that we all have to do. No, we're all following our own journey, whatever works for us. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can take meth if I wanted to. Now you can't tell me how to be spiritual.
And look, it's crazy that you say that because, bro, I don't know why, but Kodak for some reason has began to re-edify the fact that he doing meth in songs. Like he just, I want a sample of that. Like, fam, what's up? You feel me? But are people turning it off? Hell no.
Yeah.
You feel me? They'll tell you can't do this or you can't do that. But filling their minds up with somebody doing everything.
Exactly.
How?
Like I realized like that's why people is just not healed. And that's the main thing about spirituality is to heal. Because we are all, it's like a part of the game. When we're kids, we all go through trauma. We all go through shit that we have to heal from. So the more that you're not healed, is the more asshole-ish you come off to other people because you're projecting all your traumas and all the hurt that you've been dealing with since you was a kid onto other people. So that's why if you want to be spiritual, it's not about the crystals. It's not about your eating healthy. It's not about none of that shit. It's all about healing and becoming the best version of yourself that you can be.
Okay, interesting that you said that because I remember, bro, a year or two ago when you made a video saying the reason that you don't wear crystals, and you said you had an event where they just would break on you, and you began to examine or observe that with the fact that you weren't supposed to be wearing them.
Yeah. So
how did that come about?
I had a shroom trip, and I was like talking through on my trip. I kept taking them off. It would break naturally, all in the same trip. Like damn near all my crystals came off in the same trip, and I'm like, you know what, bro, this is not for me. And it took a lot of balls for me to say that because I was still learning spirituality at the time. And I'm thinking like, wait, am I supposed to have crystal whatever? I'm like, no, I think that one decision really branched me off into my own journey. You know what I'm saying? That's when I officially stopped identifying with spirituality. It was more than just the crystals. I'm like, you know what? I'm doing my own shit. I don't care if I'm coming up as a spiritual person. You go on my Instagram right now, you will not expect me to be spiritual because I'm not trying to be like nobody. I'm being like real.
For sure.
And it made me more comfortable in myself. Like the more that you see me doing shit that looks like I'm not spiritual, it's the more I'm becoming spiritual because I'm tapping in with myself. So that's what made me, you know what I'm saying, really branch off to my own shit.
Fact. So a couple things that stood out to me when you said that. So they were breaking on you, and you were beginning to learn from them breaking. So you're saying that you can learn from certain scenarios that you go through in life. Life teaches you basically.
You learn every day from the smallest shit possible. Like it's crazy how your brain is conditioned to learn. Like you know, you learn how to eat without being taught. You learn how to walk without being taught. Your brain learns itself. Your brain learns through life without you even trying to. So the second you combine the automatic learning of your brain and awareness, it's like you can use your awareness to learn from every single thing. Like for example, I'm learning I can think of something right now. I'm getting blew on by the AC. Okay, since I'm getting blew on by the AC, I know that the opposite of since I'm getting blew on by the AC, right? I'm about to get something from this. I'm telling you because your brain can learn from anything.
For sure.
Okay, look, I'm getting blown by the AC. So that the only reason I know I'm getting blown by the AC is because I'm usually neutral. I'm usually having nothing coming on me. So since I'm getting blown on the AC, I know that I'm under something that's blowing something on me. So it's blowing on me, it's changing my temperature. Since it's changing my temperature, man, I can do something. I'm telling you, I can do something.
But think about it. I thought you were about to go this way. That the fact that you're feeling something you don't naturally feel, it's like it's getting you under a different type of temperament or a different type of environment. So if you can still tap in, even though while it's something might, you got on the tape talk, while something may be bothering you, still able to, you feel me, tap in and get the knowledge.
Exactly.
So that's the type of way I view that. That's
so that's how it is. Like we all have our own perspective. Everything. There's no right or wrong. We're only having our own perspectives. That's all it is. And whatever works for you and make you a better person, that's the right one in your reality. That's it.
Facts. So like he got videos saying that reason why he don't wear crystals. Have you see I got crystals on? Have you told me to take them off or something?
No,
like that?
Do your thing.
You feel me?
I'm never gonna tell nobody what to do at all. I'm not even gonna tell you that your water got fluoride in it because it's just shit.
This one, oh, I ain't gonna lie. I think I did see a video about the life boy recently. Ain't gonna lie, I've been smashing life where he would say nothing.
But I'm never gonna tell nobody nothing what to do with that.
Cause it's my own experience.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly.
That's the key to this. That's the key to this, man. Like people try to place their morals on other people.
Exactly.
You know, like we was talking about with Derek Grace, like how people just shame shucking him because he got 4 of his wives in the household.
Facts.
But it's like, bro, he handling business. He taking care of his children.
People don't look at the good because they're trying to, like I said, when they're unhealed, they're looking at life from a negative perspective because they're filled with negativity. So they can only see the negative out of everything. They can't see the positive. The more healed you are, the more happy you are, it's the more that you automatically see the positive out of every situation.
Exactly.
Facts. So this has been curious on my mind as well. So when people say that a certain action that you can have causes you to be operating out of a certain chakra, out of a certain different frequency. Mm-hmm. So like say somebody steals, okay, we'll say that you're operating out of your root chakra because if you properly feel grounded, you shouldn't have to do that. That's like survival tactics when your root chakra is harmed. You feel me? You're stealing from people for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So how exactly does that work? Is there something in your body that's operating like lower, or how exactly does that come about? I've been wondering that.
I've been thinking that I look at it more from a more physical perspective, like I said, because I had to learn how to balance out the physical reality with the spiritual reality. So I learned more, a lot of things I learned more about the brain than spiritual. I can easily say, yeah, you're on your root chakra. That's why you're looking at life as a survival mode, whatever. But I can basically say the brain, like as a stealing example, in your history of experience of life, you knew to get things easy, you know what I'm saying, as in taking it, or you know to do things out of your own will, regardless of how it hurts anybody else. So it's just that your brain is conditioned to do things for you, whether it doesn't matter how it hurts anybody else. So it can start off as stealing, and then the more that your brain gets used to that and seeing how easy it is, it's going to, next
eventually,
level, and then you're gonna start doing worse shit. You know what I'm saying? I realize it's also a frequency thing too. The frequency is everything. Like the thoughts that you get you get certain thoughts determining your frequency, whatever frequency you want. If you want a high frequency, you get thoughts to do higher vibrational things. To walk past a homeless person and to give him money, that's a thought that you got, and that's because you was on a high frequency. To walk past a homeless person and record them and you fuck with them for no reason is because you're on a low frequency.
Wow.
And then the thoughts that you got, the idea that you even got to do that shit is because you're vibrating on a low frequency. So you did something, you manifested a low vibrational thought, and you put it into reality. So we can say that's heaven and hell. You live in the heaven, you're going to be happy all the time. You're going to manifest all high vibrational thoughts to other people. But you live in the hell, it's like you're corrupted by the devil, quote unquote, a low frequency. And now you're going to manifest all the low vibrational thoughts and all the low frequency thoughts into this world and make the world a worse place. You're going to make it hell. So everything is all off of frequency. Everything is all off the person, the vibration that your frequency on. I mean, that you vibrating on.
Facts. Like you said, if you're doing negative, that's you're being possessed or you're being triggered to do things by the devil, which is literally an anagram for do evil, devil. That's all it is. So it's like you said, it's a vibrational thing. So would you say that you said that's heaven? You were speaking in the physical sense. So do you think that heaven is a place that we experience now, or that we have to wait to die to take place?
I believe that we experience heaven and hell every day. You know what I'm saying? I realized that we have that capability to experience heaven on earth. Like, for example, people think that this physical dimension is hell. I think that this physical dimension is perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's heaven. I love being a human. I love being here. The other day I was walking, I'm like, bro, I can really run if I wanted to. I can lift this up if I wanted to. Like, I'm over here being aware that I'm a human and I have the privilege to do whatever I want. It's like a video game. You know what I'm saying? And if we can find happiness out of every situation, it's like we're literally living in heaven, because all heaven is, the only reason why you want to go to heaven is for good feelings. You want to go to heaven for good emotions. What you perceive as heaven right now that's in the Bible, you want to go there because it's everything good. What is good? Good is something that you can experience right now. You can experience good emotions. So it's like, if you can make every single thing in life happy and good, that means you're living in heaven. You have nothing to worry about. So that's what I try to do. I try to find, every time I'm getting demotivated or every time I'm feeling sad or whatever, I try to find the best things in everything that's going on right now in my circumstances to make me happy, so I can live in heaven every single day. You know what I'm saying? So I can raise my vibration.
So whatever is going on, you basically try to transmute it into a positivity for you.
Exactly. Like, my mom's still here. I still got this. Oh, the TV broke, but I still got my laptop. Oh, you know what I'm saying? This happened, but I still got this. It's like an automatic thing, so I'm never getting depressed. I'm always staying at least neutral. If I'm at least neutral, I can't be drugged down to sad. I'm staying at least neutral.
Facts.
So I feel like eventually throughout my journey, as I get older, I'm gonna always be only happy. That's my goal.
Facts.
You know
and how big are you on fasting? It can be fasting from weed.
I fast a lot. Yeah, I definitely fast a lot. I feel like fasting is important because it detoxifies everything in your body. It makes you like a whole new person. You know what I'm saying? It gets rid of all the toxic and dead cells, and it regenerates like a whole new cell.
A whole new person.
A whole new person. You're literally becoming a whole new person. So I try to practice fasting. I hate doing it, but like once every 3 months, you know what I'm saying? I try to fast a lot. I think that like since I was like 16, 17, I used to go on heavy fast, like 5 days throughout the week. I used to not watch TV either. I used to do shit like, I used to put myself through a lot of hell because I realized that discipline equals a reward that you can't get from nothing else. So I'm a very disciplined being. I was disciplined my whole life, not my whole life, but my whole journey since I was 16, 17. And that just morphed me into like a guy, really, honestly.
For sure.
Somebody asks, how often should we fast? But I want to say, it really depends on you just knowing yourself for real.
Yeah.
Like me, I do one fast. I fast throughout the year. Like in March before the spring equinox, I do a 21-day fast where I eat one meal a week. But the meal wouldn't be no cooked food. It'll just be like,
oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, it'll be like raw sweet potatoes, quinoa, kale, things in that nature. And then in the fourth quarter of the year, I do a 40-day fruit fast where I just strictly go fruits. Oh, and then I do a fast the week of my birthday. I just do a 7-day fast. You know what I'm saying? So it really depends on you just knowing yourself when it comes to fasting.
Yeah, I recommend either once every 3 months, or once a month. Depending on your metabolism, like you said, you gotta know your body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta know your body for sure when it comes to fasting.
Facts. And I heard you you mentioned earlier that no matter how bad you're feeling, you won't go back to something like meat. Mm-hmm. So is meat completely X'd out of your eating at the moment?
Completely.
So when's the last time you had a burger? We in Atlanta, they're famous for wings and stuff. You had no wings, fam. Not
a single wing unless it was vegan.
No lemon pepper twin?
Last time I had meat was September 2020.
2020?
Yeah.
So you was like 17, 16 still.
Yep. Still 16.
So okay, so we see a lot of news coming out right now saying, "Oh, it's fake meat and da 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 da." Mm-hmm. You weren't even ready. You weren't waiting for that. You've been years ago that you didn't want to put that in your body anymore.
Then, ever since the first feeling I felt from not eating meat, forget all the health shit. You know what I'm saying? Forget everything.
All the health benefits, not eating animals, da da da.
Forget all that. The feeling that I got. That's the only thing I cared about. Right. It felt like a natural shroom trip. And after that, I'm like, no fucking. Every day I'm waking up, I'm like, where's my bad thoughts? I'm like, where? Like, when can something bad? Nothing bad was happening. Now that became my whole reality. So it's like, at this point, it's just like, I'm just gonna stick with this shit because I realized that food equals thoughts and emotions. Because everything that you eat, everything that you digest goes to your gut goes to your brain. So determining how you feel and the thoughts that you get is all determined by your food. So regardless of all the saved animals, regardless of all the cancer and all that shit,
how do you feel?
The feeling, you know what I'm saying? And I feel great from this diet right here. So nobody else has to do this shit, but you want to feel good, I advise you cut meat out your diet. That's the only thing I can say.
Sure. And do you don't eat meat too much either, do you?
I eat salmon once a month, but that's it. Like I don't eat dairy. I don't do the sugars. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I do that.
And have you begun to see the effect in your thinking?
Oh yeah, bro. When I cut out pork, beef, and chicken and all, bro, because I really went 3 years without meat. You know what I'm saying? Like I cut all that off. But just not eating that itself is like, yo, because I had a heart, like I got it pinned on my Facebook. I had a heart problem, like real bad chest pain back in like 2019. And that's what forced me to change my diet. So then when I changed my diet, I cut off all meats, I cut off dairy, I stopped eating sugar food. I cut off like all that processed foods crap, like I cut all of it out. And then when I cut it out, and I was fasting heavy, like my first year without meat, I was on an alkaline fast like constantly every month. Like I was just doing it for fun, really, because I knew I was gonna heal myself. You know what I'm saying? So I was already seeing myself healed. So it was like as I was doing that, and then after that, I was just I started incorporating fasting throughout the year with my diet. And then, I mean, bro, the chest pains went away. I mean, disappeared. So I try to tell everybody on my page, because I got a following on Facebook, and it's like I try to tell them all the time: if you're sick, you feeling bad, go raw, eat the fruits, like stop eating cooked foods. And then when people get sick, because I don't eat, bro. I haven't been sick since 2019. I don't get sick.
Yeah,
yeah. So when people try to come to me. Like somebody tried to tell me, "Hey, be careful, Corona back." I'm like, bro, just eat right, bro. Like, stop trying to put fear over here.
It's simple. It's really simple, ain't
it? Yeah. Like, bro, just eat right. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop blaming something you can't see. You know, you know what you're doing. You know what you're eating. Stop blaming that. You know what I'm saying?
So they care until it's too late. They don't care about eating healthy until it's too late.
Yeah. Then when they get sick, they want to blame something external.
Exactly.
I don't even rock like that, bro. Like that's one thing I really dislike. Like I don't like when people come to me about them being sick and they try to blame something external that the oppressor the oppressor gave them. It's kind of like, bro, it kind of shows me like you don't really take accountability with what you do with your body. You don't really love yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I kind of look at people when they do that. And then when I give them the remedies, they don't do it. And it's like now, and then you be sick for 3 weeks. Cause some people that catch a flu and they'll be sick for 2-3 weeks. And don't get me wrong, I have people that come to me and have the flu, they'll be good in 3 to 5 days. If they do what I tell them to do, because I know it's gonna work if you do what I say. You know what I'm saying? So because I sell herbs, I know the remedies, I know the foods to eat to get that stuff out your body. So it's like people know what's up with me in my area. I don't really got to do too much talking with it.
For sure. So I put a comment in the live on Facebook for people to ask some questions before we wrap on up, fam. They got some questions. So if you see a couple some good questions found, go ahead and drag them out.
You talking about Instagram?
Yeah, I think for Johnny, it should be on Facebook. Let me see.
Yeah, my live on my Facebook. It's a good amount of people in here though. It's been jumping from like 25 to 15 the whole live.
For sure.
But
so if anybody got some questions y'all want to ask Rell before we close on out, y'all send them through, man.
So we got all the questions on the that you had sent.
Shoot, we do have some more. So a couple. Let me see. Yeah, we pretty much touch on. Okay, well, okay, I got a question for you. How about that? So Rel, what is your name is RellChosen. So who do you feel like is the ultimate deity? Do you feel like there is one main God? What's your thoughts on that?
I'll say I hate the word God. Be throwing everybody off and everything off, bro. But I really would say that there's a main deity, and I would call it God. I would call it the generator, operator, and destroyer. You know what I'm saying? Just the controller of all existence and all consciousness. I realized that because I had a shrooms trip, and I kept getting downloads and information, and I'm over here chasing knowledge. Like I'm over here breaking consciousness. Like I'm over here learning shit that it's like I shouldn't be learning. But the more that I'm learning, it's like a being. I can't even explain it. It's like something that's inside my head that's like I can't reach. It's like something that's standing here the whole time. And it's like it has a presence. I cannot explain it in words because it's a feeling. So as I'm learning about awareness, about life through my own self, I can't go too high because it's like that being is stopping me. And I realized that being is like that voice. It's hard to really explain. It's like, you know, when you're doing something bad, you got something in the back of your head telling you stop doing that or don't do that. When you're doing, yeah, that's that same being that was watching me the whole time trying to learn. So I realized whoever that being was is God, and that's the person that's consciousness. That's like the main consciousness. That's the voice in our head. That's what stems. That's where all the voices in our head stems from. Fact. That one divine being. Source, exactly.
Yes, and I was doing some research today or last night, and they were saying that the 0 point or the center or there's a center spot either in the core of the earth or whatever, where all the matter or the dark matter energy presides, and they say like that's the 0 point, or that's our closest thing to God that we will experience. You feel me? Like the central point of the dark matter energy for this realm. I have to go back through it, but that really caught my attention because we know it's all energy. You feel me? But the thing is, how did this come about? You feel me? How did they create a world so perfect that the ecosystem all aligns with each other, the creatures all align with each other? You know what I'm saying? It's like how the food pyramid is. Every animal has another item for it, or grass, or a seed, or herb, or a fruit. You feel me? It all just works so perfect. So
it's you can go on and on with that.
Exactly.
It's always like life is just so perfect that it's just always a proof of creation. No, that's why I don't understand atheists. So how the fuck do you think that all this shit came from absolutely nothing? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you think that you as a man has a penis and it perfectly goes inside a female's vagina and it feels good to both of y'all and it makes a life out of it?
It makes a life. You feel me? Fluids and all, everything just work together
perfectly. You got when you get a cut on your skin repairs itself the next day. Like, how is that not a creation? Like, life is so beautiful, and I realized that because life is so beautiful and everything is so organized, we have nothing to worry about because our problems and everything is beyond us. Everything always ends good. Like,
why does every movie have to have a happy ending? The good guy, the bad guys never win. The good guys never lose.
Well, you need the bad guy for the movie so it can be good. And just like us, all the bad shit that's happening to us is so we can actually have a reason to live. Imagine having an obstacle course with no obstacles. It's like, what's the point of having an obstacle course? Imagine just instantly snapping your fingers and getting big as hell like a bodybuilder. No, we want to earn that shit. We want to be in the gym, feeling the pain, feel the weights. We want to earn it, and that's like life. We go through this bad shit so we can actually earn this experience, so we can have a reason to live, you know. But at the end, no matter what you're going through, I don't know who watching this, I don't know who need to hear this, but at the end of everything, you're gonna be perfectly fine, no matter what. Like, every problem that you ever had in life, you're probably good as hell today, you're probably smooth as hell, but you had the worst problems in your whole life before, and now today it's like you forgot all about it until I just brought it up again. You're always gonna be good.
And somebody, I know that this is a question that's easy to answer. All of us can give an answer with it, but I know they wanted Rel to answer. They asked, where is that? They asked, are you scared to speak out about things like this, especially with a lot of things going on with the government and them shadow banning us and things in that nature. Basically asking, have you ever been scared to speak out to give this knowledge?
I'm literally more scared of getting shadow banned than I'm scared of the government.
That's real.
Yeah, like I ain't gonna lie, like I've never been scared giving out the knowledge.
That's real.
Like as elite, like I don't know, bro. I just feel like that. I don't know, bro. I just really don't operate in fear. I don't feel like I don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, when I'm doing this. I don't know, bro. I really just, that's not a part of my reality. I don't
even think about that.
Yeah, not part of my reality.
We really just do it, you know,
We
like
just do it, you know.
you just wake up and it's like, oh, I want to speak on this today. Like it really ain't no fear with it, you know what I'm saying?
It's whatever triggers you throughout the day, because bro, you just scroll and you just see a new topic. You feel me? Angle.
Download like my videos.
Instant.
I got hundreds of video ideas, all because I would get it. Like I told you, I learned from anything. Like that fan shit was just an example. But
you go home and really just
I can really learn from the smallest shit and change somebody's life from the smallest thing. And if I would explain to you how I got this idea, you would laugh in my face because it can be something so stupid as getting blew on by the fan. But it really, that's how downloads work. It can come from anything. So I really think that, I don't know, like when people say like, stop talking, they're gonna come get you, whatever. I just feel like they operate out of fear. They say, like I said, when you look at something, it's all coming from your mind and your experience.
And it's crazy. That's what actually, like, if you take it to the movie Monsters Inc., they were coming to get that fear,
absolutely,
not the child.
Absolutely, absolutely.
They left the child, right? They weren't killing the kids, were they? They were going and draining them of their energy and leaving them. So people, art imitates life. Life doesn't imitate art. Where did they get those concepts from, people? Where did they get that from? And I remember I was studying this yesterday. They said at the end of the movie, I don't remember, but I have to go and rewatch it. They said at the end of the movie, they were changing it from draining fear. They were draining laughs. They were draining the laughter, because the laughter and your positive energy is way much stronger than the fear. So if you operate out of your positive, out of your godhood, out of knowledge of self, knowing the I am that is within you, you can't be stopped. There is no fear. When was Superman ever scared? Batman don't have no powers. Out in the field every day, ready to get in action.
The Joker ain't got nothing.
You feel me? Taking over the world. What are they showing you, people?
Like at the end of Batman, when the Joker was sitting on top of all that money, the mob boss walked in and was like, "When you gonna give me my cut?" He was like, "Nigga, we own the city. You talking about cut? Like, what you talking about, bro?" Know what I'm saying? Like, where is your mind at? And that's why the Joker was able to execute at all levels, because his mind, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. A lot of people don't know the I am that's within. They hear you. I remember somebody just put it on Facebook the other day. They were like, I don't want a man that worships God. I want a man that knows he is God. And people were, and look, I retweeted and said, everyone is not going to understand this, and that is okay. Someone commented under my post saying, no, that's cocky. I don't want. I just said everybody is not going to understand this.
I realize that them people are like, they lack reality. Like they can't even see when you say, like, they feel like, I don't know, they look at life completely different. When I say complete NPCs, like most Christians are complete NPCs. It's like they have the cognitive dissonance to the fullest. Like they can't even see they have no self-awareness. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Facts. Okay, and just so I don't miss it, Victoria, I hope you're still on here. She asked me asked me a question about her birthday. So she said her birthday is 4/14/1982. So that's April 14th, 1982. So first, you're born on the 14th, which is a 5. 5 represents people that like to travel, like to entertain people, because E is the 5th letter of the alphabet. People that are born on 5 days are also very attractive, very handsome, very beautiful. And they like to be around people who are well-traveled, who have knowledge of a lot of different things. So also, your birthday is 1982. So you add up the 4 plus the 1, that's 5, plus 4, that's 9, plus 19, which is 10. This is the way I do it. 1 and 9 is 10. So that's 4, 5, 9, that's 19, plus 8, that's 27, plus 2, that's 29. 2 and 9 is 11. You, Victoria, are life path 11. You're the only one that asked me about their birthday, and you're a life path 11. What are the odds of that? You feel me? It's 3 brothers right here. You can't see Don, he's behind the camera. His name is Don. That equals 33. My nickname, like you see on there, is GMI. That equals 11. His name is Rell. That equals 11. Johnny is born on the 29th. That equals 11. Follow the numbers. They're not going to lie to you. Why do you think Christ was crucified at 33? You feel me? He died. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? The numbers, they're not going to lie to you. When Neo cracked the code, he wasn't seeing words.
Nope.
He didn't see a word in sight because this reality is created by numbers. Think about it. Oxygen is O2. Water, the chemical composition of water is H2O. So 1 hydrogen atom, 2 oxygen atoms. What if water just one day wanted to say, hey, I want to combine with 3 oxygen atoms? The entire world would change just because it began to gravitate to one more atom. You add another atom. You add or subtract anything from anything. That is where reality resides. You feel me? The numbers create this reality, and we exist within it. So naturally, the numbers are going to correlate with us. Think about it. Everything has a number. Your birthday, your address, your phone number. You feel me? You can't get around it. You can't get around it. So yeah, absolutely. That was Miss Victoria. If anybody else want to know their life path number, just send me your birthday. We can get into it. A couple more people. And if you have any more questions for Rell, we're gonna wrap up in a few minutes. This has definitely been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Definitely. For sure.
Yeah. Peace to the
God.
Peace to the
You got any questions for him, fam?
Huh?
They say you got any questions for him?
Nah, I feel like we wrap. I feel like we tapped in on everything for sure.
And what's your gram, John?
Johnny, basically my name right here, Johnny the God.
For sure. So a lot of people, a couple people are sending their birthday right here. So Jamiria, you born on the 1st. That's the first letter of the alphabet, A. So people will say y'all are more argumentative, more attentive, but also what correlates with one? Leaders, people who come in first, people who bring more initiative to certain situations. You feel me? When you're about to start something new, you want to have a life path or somebody that's born on the 1st with you, because the energy that resides within them, it resonates with starting new projects or bringing new beginnings. You feel me? So you're born on the 1st. That are some things that correlate with you. Your life path number would be 1, 2, 12 plus 9, 21 plus 9. You would be a life path 3. So the 3rd letter of the alphabet is C. Most life path C's are very comical. They are also commentators. They are also calm people at times. So also your personal you should use your vocal cords, or that might be a gift for you, that to use your vocal cords to make a way in life or to impact the world. 3. That's Joe Budden is a 3. A lot of the best commentators in the world are either Ryan Seacrest is born on a 3 day. He's always you've always been seeing him talk. He has a talk shows on American talking and so forth. So usually y'all are supposed to use your voice to impact the world. That was for Miss Jamiria. Maya. So 5. I don't know if you heard what I said about the person born on the 15th, but a lot of that resides with you as well. 5 are the most beautiful people on the earth. You feel me? A lot of the best models born on the 23rd. My grandma born on the 23rd. Beautiful. You feel me? Let's see. Y'all are well traveled. Let's see what your life path number 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it might be a 22. Yeah, so Miss Maya, you are a 22. 22 is the number of the master builder, the master architect. All right. You always need a 22 when, like a number 1. A 1 will help you bring initiative to a certain situation. The 22 you want to have by your side to create whatever you're building. You want to have them by your side. One of my favorite podcasts, the Joe Budden podcast, his co-host is named Ish. Ish is a master 22. He owns a construction company. You feel me? A builder. You always want to have, and it doesn't necessarily have to be building houses, building yourself, building certain programs. You want to have a 22 in that realm. For sure. All right, so I'm gonna do one more because they have their birthday, and then we'll. Oh, there's 2 Mayas. Wow. So that Maya Nicole, you are life path 22. That's very significant. Please look into being a life path 22. What that means. Ms. Maya Collins, let's do yours. So you born on the 30th, which is a 3-day, which people who like to talk, very communicative. People who are very verbal, even when they shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? They're going to speak up even in times when they necessarily shouldn't.
Yeah,
that's a number 3.
Maya Collins, every time she posts, her people be on her page like, "Don't speak like this. This is a wrong time." But she gonna let it be known though. She a real one.
For sure. Okay, so let's see what her life path number is. She born on the 30th, so 10, 1, 4, but 14, but not 23, plus 8, 31. That's a 4. You might be a 22 though. 10, 30, 1998. So you are life path 4. So 4s represent foundation. Okay, so when you go in your car, 4 wheels, a square, everything is built upon squares. My laptop, 4. This when you see the stream, everything is on 4s. Things are built upon 4 energy. 4s are used to build. 4s are very educated and well structured individuals. You feel me? So having structure and a well thought out, I guess, routine to your everyday life will also be beneficial. But yes, y'all are also another version of the 22. Y'all also like to build. So anything that you're working on, stay consistent with it, because it will begin to manifest no matter, as long as you put in the work for it. 4 is work energy, work. Jonique is a 44, being that he's an 8, but that 4 energy makes him a worker, a hard worker. You feel me? So yes, I hope that resonates.
Well, when did you study numerology?
How
long have you been studying it?
Shit, I ain't gonna lie. Bro, I used to ride around with my mom grocery shop and have her like just write out math equations for me. You feel me? Like I've always just been infatuated with it. And then coming across GG33 took me to a whole other level. You feel me?
Yeah.
Took me to and the fact that he is a 33 is a sign within its own that he's changing the game of numerology. Because I've studied other teachers and I have books from other teachers and they're good. He different. You feel me?
Yeah.
He different. Just studying from it, like it take you to another level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
so shout out to Gary. I hope, Gary, we got to tap in, fam. I'm another 33. We got to do it. Hopefully you see this. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm gonna try to make that happen, because y'all definitely you can tell you really
for sure.
You know what you're talking about type shit.
For sure.
Like that, it's gonna happen naturally. Regardless.
It's gonna happen for sure. I that's one of my I don't want to say one of my dreams, but I want to see that manifest in real time. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that he's a 33 is just, and he born on the 7th. You know what I'm saying? So come on.
What's his birthday?
He's January 7th, 1986, I want to say. And the fact that he had the Chinese astrology, people, please look into Chinese astrology. That takes it, bro. It's nobody fucking with him. I swear, bro. People look into Chinese astrology. We'll touch on this a little bit, and then we'll exit out.
Yeah, he put me on the Chinese astrology.
For sure. So what's your Chinese astrological sign? A goat.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So actually, I'm an ox, which is interesting because out of all the signs, he's a goat. So look, oxes and goats are naturally supposed to be enemy signs. But think about it, we're both Scorpios, so that might counteract it. And the thing is, see, look, he can only give out certain bits and pieces of information. But the thing is, I know it's other levels of it that he know that he's not giving out for free. You know what I'm saying? But think about it. So in Chinese astrology, we'll be enemy signs, but in Western astrology, we're similar signs. We're the same sign. So you feel me? I know. So think about it. I'll give y'all an example of enemy signs that we have seen in real life. Shaq and Kobe, enemy signs, did not get along. That's the only. Think about it. Bro, you win 3 rings. Why the hell would you? Why would you leave? Because y'all don't get along with each other. They were enemy signs. Look into Chinese astrology, people. I like to reference the Joe Budden podcast a lot. Okay, Joe Budden, he just had a big blow up in his whole group. His 2 members left. 2 of his main co-hosts, they left. He had to regroup. That was going into his enemy year. You feel me? In Chinese astrology, you have positive years, meaning free years where the energy correlates with you, and you have opposing years when things aren't going to go well. So his company went through his worst time ever when he was going into his enemy year. You feel me? So that's how the energy works. We'll definitely go into that. We'll deep dive into the Chinese and the Western astrology in the future. So just want to touch on that a little bit. So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up right there. Look, 22, 16. We start at 8:47. You feel me? Numerology, it all plays a fact, fam.
What time he's on?
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. You feel me? Please study deeper than what they are telling y'all to study, people. Please. So before we wrap up, fam, Jonique, tell them where they can tap in with you at, fam.
Every platform I got, Jonique the God. On Twitter, you can find me at J24YKYM_.
For sure. Rell, where they can tap in with you at?
RellChosen, all platforms.
RellChosen. And go make it. It's some way, somehow on all platforms. Just go make it. You'll find me. You feel me? And I got my bro Donna sitting to the side of me. Street economics. Definitely, I got the street economics on me. You know what I'm saying? We in town for Invest First. Hopefully, it's going to be a lot of motion. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely, it's been a pleasure. I thank you again, fam.
Appreciate it, man.
And we signing out. Peace, man. Y'all stay tapped in. Do not tap out. You heard?
Get it.
All right.